teach us how to be passion and love. Our behavior got to be really in check all the time. If we don't, they will see it. People can read it. You know, you don't have to say it.
Yeah.
They will read you. All right. So this group, the first group, let's report what you have. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me ask you this: how many phrases or words is similar to what you're about to report?
All of
Two or three.
Okay, 2 or 3. All right. Let's see. Okay.
We got a gossip.
Gossip.
Got an angry.
Angry.
Loose motivation.
Lose motivation.
Not faithful in each other.
Okay. Not faithful. And judge.
Hate.
Hate.
No compassion.
No compassion.
No love.
No love.
Lose control.
Control freak. Okay.
Jealousy.
Jealousy. Ooh, that was a good one.
And a hurt feeling.
Hurt feeling. Awesome. Thank you. He just used the word jealousy. That's a bad one.
That's a bad one. Yeah.
That's a bad one right there. A heartbreaker right there. Jealousy leading to all kinds of problems. Remember what I said earlier? Well, the Bible said that we will have to lead for God's sake, work for God's sake, do for God's sake. Everything we do is for Him, honor Him, and glorify Him. And you start having jealousy with that,
you got a problem.
you got problems. Okay, so jealousy is very important. To try not to. I don't know if I have it on my list. I'm not Wilson. Okay, well, thank you. And the next group number 2. How many words and phrases you already heard?
About a couple.
A couple. Okay. All right. What is your heartbreaker words that you have there?
You are stupid.
Oh.
Not
Is Cambodian tell people like that? Yeah. Maybe not, right? But the attitude.
Not directly.
But we are living in society, American society, so we learn from them.
Oh, blame on us. All right. Okay. Good deal. You're stupid.
You are not worthy.
You're not worthy.
You are dumb.
You're dumb.
And you get lost.
You get lost.
Can you do something right?
Can you do something right? Okay.
Are you retarded?
Are you retarded?
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Okay.
You are wrong.
You are wrong.
It's my way or no way.
My way or no way. Okay. Awesome. Oh my goodness. That is strong. That's gonna hurt people. You are nobody gonna follow you. If you stop saying you are no good,
I walk out.
you walk out immediately. All right. Now those are heartbreaker words, right? You know, so heartbreakers is just we want, and I'm glad so far 3 groups so far coming in, a lot of very, very strong words. Well, today, I hope that when you finish this lesson, you will try to stay away from that heartbreaker word, okay? You're stupid, you're no good, you're nothing, you're not worthy. Get out of my way. Now, those are things that we should be saying when we try to build a church, especially in the Lord house. Okay? Now, I don't want to just say, especially in the Lord house, the same thing at home. If you are scolding your son, your daughter, your sister, your brother, with that type of phrases, you're not building them. You're breaking their heart. You're breaking their heart. So at home, please try not to use those. Yeah. So, you're dumb, man. Come on. Don't you know? This is easy. You're so stupid. Don't do that. When you're doing that, you destroy their their motivation, their morale, their everything. You know, lift them up. The word that we said, heart builder a while ago, lift them up. And you'll be amazing to see the loving home that you have, the family that you have, that all going to be really good. I like to be on the positive side, but believe me or not, I have lost my temper sometimes at workplace. Okay, but I normally don't use the word. I just kind of use the attitude or the kind of silence and kind of give them a little bit of signal, body language type of thing.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah. But I have to be admitted to you know, I sometimes the word that I have used that I regretted to use. So think before you say it. Okay? Think before you say it. When your tongue open, when you open your mouth and your tongue flicking,
It's fire.
it's like a fire. That word's gone. And it's going to take you years to come to build that. And Khmer, cùng mà là hôn tầm rong, cùng cho nó mong là cái đó đôi là tức nơi không bàn tay nó ngum nó ngon, tức cái đời nó nè. Ba.
Cái thằng niệm bã do mà chua ba má,
Ba.
ai sẵn đây khô mình ai lọc mà quên ba.
There you go. I just said it. She's translated in Cambodian way. But yes, yeah, definitely. One that word going out, you cannot repair it. It's hard. It's hard. So be careful. Use the word that encourage them and build them. Okay, the next group, which is this group right here. All right, what is your 10-word breaking hearts?
Here we go.
You are awful.
You're awful.
You never done anything right.
Oh my goodness.
Anything?
Any more anything great job, if you say to somebody, say, you are bad.
You're bad. Okay.
Don't say that.
That made the trouble already.
Right?
Do yourself.
Do yourself.
Not my job.
Not my job, okay? Oh boy. You heard that? Do it yourself. Not my job. It's not mine. If it's nothing in for me, do it yourself. Okay.
And disrespect.
Disrespect.
No matter what you say,
Okay.
don't listen.
Don't listen.
Ignore it. If you want this homework,
Okay. If you want,
do yourself.
do yourself.
Don't tell me
Don't tell me
What
I don't know what to do.
What
huh?
I do.
what to do.
Okay. Is that it? Awesome. You see, you all know the word that break the heart. Easily, right? My goodness. You know the word that just break people's heart and not build people. Heart builders don't use those words. And the good leaders don't use those words because that word is going to destroy the relationship. The formula we put it in this morning, what was the formula? Successful leadership is got to do with 2 P. People and personnel relationship in Christ. You got to build them, you got to use the right word because that's what WAPS is. WAPS is word, attitude, behavior. Word is the first one. Word is very important. Word is very powerful. All right, the last group have 10 words. Okay, all right. This group right here, last time, their word is not the same as yours. And so let's see how many words they just said or phrases they just mentioned that is having some similarity.
0.
0 again? I can't believe that.
So we have careless, selfish, unloyal, discouraged, unwillingness, mischievous, betrayal, dishonest, ignorant, disobedient, untrustworthy, and jackbutt.
Jack, but, all right. I have some similarity, unwillingness.
You have to
ignorance,
Never kill you, man.
Yeah, but you guys come up with just a word that is really having impact on people. So great job. So all right, so now you know all the word that gonna be
Break the heart.
heartbreakers, right? You don't want to be the heartbreaker, right? You want to be the heart builder. And as a leader, that's what you need to focus on. When we just mentioned earlier, the heart builder, the word, there's one word in there that would normally people try to stay away, was confront the issues. That need to be embraced in our culture. I know it's hard, but that need to be embraced. If you don't embrace that, confront the issue and try to resolve it, that will become a cancer. Okay? When you build church, when you do something, whether a special event, super special event, there will be issue, and that issue will come up. And when it come up, take action with your brother and sister in a loving way when you speak to each other. But that confront issue, I know people don't like it, but it needs to be taken care of. If you don't take it care of, it's like lukewarm. It's like cancer, because it's going to start. People are going to start gossiping, okay? Because that issue did not resolve, and when you resolve it, you're going to come out to the congregation or tell them, hey, this problem, so, we already taken care of it. We talk about it. Would you put that to rest? No more talking. Okay? You need to tell it. You need to tell as is. It's been resolved. We talk about it. Please do not continue to gossip about that issue anymore. We have done it. We have all agreed. If you don't, like I said, it's going to be, don't pretend that that issue is going to go away and not talking and confront, because it's going to be, like I said, it's like a cancer. It will come and it's just going to be mess you up. So, okay, so you have mentioned all your words. Now, like I said, I want those papers so that I can build in my database, because I don't have all what you just said, but every year I update this and get some new word, put it in there. So let's see what I got. All right. So this is what I got so far, and I heard a lot of good words from you as well. I didn't hear blame. Did anybody mention a while ago? Oh, that is a very, very good one. People tend to blame quickly. That's not me. It's you. Somebody say something a little bit similar to that. Yeah. That blame. No, I didn't do that. I didn't say that. You know, you're pointing finger. Remember, pointing finger one, you're pointing 4 or 5 to yourself. And then another word, sarcastic. You know, sometimes you say like a joking things, but people taking it serious. You need to make sure when you're sarcastic with somebody, you need to tell them, hey, no kidding, man. No, don't take it serious. But if you just walk away and being sarcastic on these things, saying stuff, that's not good. You're gonna entitle, bad mouth, entitled. You know what entitled is, right? Yeah. Entitled. So a lot of people just like to want to get free. I'm going to use that word. Sit back and relax. You know, you do it, and then they just keep blaming. You know, they just don't want to be involved. They don't want to do anything.
But they want to get the credit.
They want to get credit, right? And then when problems come up, they just quickly to blame somebody, right? Bad mouth. I didn't hear that one either. But a lot of you think you say it, you bad mouth about other people, right? Don't bad mouth them. Don't call them out. It just not Christ-like. Okay. Ignore issues. I heard that. Negative, being negative. I heard that. You're saying a lot of things. Phonies, not true. Call people out. You know, how many of you like to call people out? You know, I don't raise your hand. That was just a trick question. But there's sometimes you like to just call people out, right? Because you were mad. Somebody say I'm angry, and to call people out. It's embarrassing to call people out, and put yourself in their shoe when you call them out. And again, wife, do not call your husband out in public. You may not like him saying things, do things, but try to give him respect. Don't give him a dirty look or call him out in the public, embarrassing him.
Amen.
Wait till you get home, okay, and talk to him. Honey, today you talk to that lady, I don't like it. You say you're a Christian, what are you doing? Just talk it at home. Okay, don't call out.
Husband the same way.
Well, at the same thing, us men, don't call your wife out in public, embarrassing him.
Cambodian have a problem with that.
What?
សម្រាប់យកដីស្រីយកប្រុស
Some not you, they straight you across. Yes, you're right. You're right. Because you do not, again, put yourself in that individual's shoe when you call them out. It's really bad. And when you call your husband and your wife, or your daughter or your son out in public, you embarrassing them. Another thing, you also call them out. A lot of people don't know this. Parents like to call their daughter and sons out on Facebook. Okay? When they don't want you to post their page, their picture on Facebook, embarrass them, don't do it. Because they'll be mad. And you embarrass them because some of the picture, they don't want them to. They don't want their friend, their peer to see it. But you said, I'll put it anyway. I'm your parent. You did that to embarrass me.
We can do a thing about it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah. So think about that. You know, sarcastic, call them out. Those are careless, lazy, discouraging, cynics. You know, it's all of those things. Impulsive, talker. I'm going a little bit faster because we're running out of time again. Yeah. Impulsive, talker. Impulsive, I want to stop right here real quick. So, how many of you do things, say things based on that? Impulsive reactions. People say you want to be even. You immediately react and say stuff.
ថ្ងៃជន់កែ
បាទជន់កែដាក់ភ្លាមមកបថៅដាក់ថែមមកបថៅដែរឬបើតាំងតោថែមទៀតក៏បានចង់ដាក់ that's impulsive respond you know yeah just want to be even អេសេតតឡើងកតសៃកមួយដាក់ពីរប្រហើយណាthat don't do that. You're not building that relationship. You're not building that. Talker, distract, emotional breaker. All the phrases that I just heard, that's all emotional breaker. Okay? Sarcastic, whatever you say, they may not respond. They may be just quiet, but you just break their heart. You hurt their feeling. call him stupid. You're no good. You're dumb. All of this cannot be a leader. If you're a leader, you need to embrace the other. Yeah, building up, okay? Now, to let you know that because of the time, I add too much into this slide because I cut off quite a bit last time. But I want to focus on this today because last time we didn't have it here. Just to let you know, we're only on 8 slides out of 20. So every time I come back, there's a different topic, right? And so I just want to kind of give you a little taste, and then so you can have some more taste.
Yes.
And some more taste. It's the same thing as leader. Leader, you build them up a little bit at a time, and let them kind of having this taste of sweetness from the Lord when you lead them by the Spirit. You know, you can't have enough. You can't have enough. So right now, like I said, I'm on 8 slides, and so now it's slide number 9, godly leadership. Okay. What is godly leadership? We touched base on this a little bit, and we already kind of talked a little bit about what the traits, what the characters of godly leadership. Embrace the heart builders, all those words. Watch your attitude, watch your word, and your behavior. And then make sure you lead like Christ. That's what it's all about. Godly leadership is to lead like Christ. Okay? Take Jesus as your role model. Okay? Strive to be like him as much as possible. It's a hard thing to do. I understand that. So easy said and done. Strive to lead like Christ. Look at what, it took me 7 years to learn the entire Bible. And I remember 1 year I studied the life of Moses. And Moses was an incredible leader during his time. But do you know how many people have gone to the promised land during Moses' time?
2.
2. Can you, somebody say 2? 2. Who are they?
Caleb,
Caleb?
Joshua.
Joshua. What happened to Moses? What happened to Moses? He was an incredible leader.
Angry.
There you go. Angry. Just angry. God said, no, you're not making it. Sorry, man. But I love you. I will take care of you in a different way, but you're not making it. Angry. Somebody, I think this table right here mentioned the word angry. So Caleb and Joshua are the only 2 were in the promised land, allowed to. And we touched a little bit on the sermon today about Joshua. So we're going to talk about Joshua a little bit. But only 2. But Moses, do you remember Moses done everything that you can think of, right? And he just lost his temper. He got angry, strike the rock, boom. My way. Lost his hand. You're not going to do that. So, godly leadership need to focus on Jesus, greatest leader, role model. Read about him more, and that's also took me 1 year to study about the life of Jesus, Matthew's and different books, the whole year, just study about the life of Jesus. Amazing God, he's an awesome God. He totally 100% man, 100% God. he represents us and tried to teach us in the flesh way and let us see in the spiritual way back then, and what his teaching back then is still applied today. So we all need to lead and stay focused like Jesus. Godly leadership need to recognize the facts that unless the person is changed on the inside, no amount of tactical external change will make lasting difference. We talk about internal change. We have to recognize that person transformed their life from what they were and accepted. You know, Paul, I also studied the whole year the life of Paul. Paul had a terrible beginning life. He's a bad guy. He's cursing people, he's killing people, he's persecuting people, he's saying a lot of heartbreaking words. Hurt people quite a bit. But what happened? He changed internally. The Spirit working on him internally. We need to recognize when everyone in this room transform their life by the Spirit, we need to recognize them. Hey, brother, hey, sister, I have noticed you have tremendous change over, and you build them up. You say, man, what happened? Did the Spirit, change you? Or what's going on? Was the prayer that we did last Sunday really answered your prayers? When you see the internal, that person start to transform, encourage them. As a leader, that's what we need to do. Okay, recognize that. Godly leadership aim at the heart of leader first. Why? Why? As I said earlier, do not lead from the mind, lead from the heart. Lead from the heart. Jesus has taught us to lead from the heart, not from the mind. When you lead from the heart, you're willing to sacrifice, you have commitment, you have faith in Him. And if you see that person lead from the heart, you also need to recognize that person. When I live in Beaumont, I don't know, I told you the story. I live in Beaumont, and I drove from Beaumont to Houston. That's an hour and a half drive for 13 years. My wife said, honey, we can't do this over and over every morning. 6 o'clock we get up and go, and Wednesday we go. And it's just too much. We can't do that anymore. Expense and everything is on us, wear and tear. But, I felt like the calling that I need to be there with the brother and sister, that for 13 years. And I told my wife, let's continue doing that. And you know what? Because that, I think when we start building the church in Houston, they've seen the commitment, the sacrifice. When you call to serve the Lord part-time, ain't no part-time. It's going to be full-time. I was calling to do just part-time. Believe me, serving the Lord never being a part-time. It's going to be a full-time. So a lot of you, if you see your pastor, your leaders working so hard, come and give them encouragement, because you have no idea what they do behind the scenes. Preparing the sermon, talk to people having problems. He himself may be having a problem with his wife. Yeah, because he spent too much time with the church stuff, didn't spend time with her.
That's right.
Yeah, I know that. You spend so much time and don't spend time with the children, and all about church. The son and the daughter left behind, and the son and the wife and the husband not spending much time together. And lo and behold, you're having a problem at home. You have no idea that pastor is having a problem at home. So he needs some encouragement. So encouragement. Same thing, grandma, grandpa too. Grandma, grandpa, if he's in love with Christ and church so much, he involved so much, didn't have time with the children, grandchildren, I need to remind you, you may not have that time to spend time with your loved one. So spend time with your loved one, balance your life with the church, work, and loving at home as well. Okay? So godly leadership, yes, it's all about heart. And why?